Hello guys, my name is Almeida and this is this video is a part of a set of videos that I'm talking about VPCs. So it is part of the VPC 101 playlist. So uh, VPC monitoring can be achieved by the use of the feature called VPC Flow Logs. So these features allow us to capture all the traffic that is coming in or out of our VPC, and it is going to allow us to send this data to different destinations. We can send it to CloudWatch or send it to S3 buckets. So all the traffic that it's going to traverse our VPC, it's going to be captured and logged into those destinations. And the log data is going to have a format like this one. So there are various fields that can be included. This is just an example. And here we can see that we have the elastic network interface ID, the source address, the destination, the source port, the destination port. We have 22 here that represents a SSH connection. And by doing so, by having monitoring enabled, we can diagnose, troubleshoot various problems. So let's go to our hands-on and see how things are done. So I am already here on the dashboard, and as you can see, I'm already here in the tab that says flow logs. So I'm going to create a flow log. So the first one, it's going to be for the CloudWatch. So I'm going to call it Cloud CloudWatch Flow Logs, and the filter it's going to for the all traffic. The aggregation I'm going to set to 1 minute, but for production environments I will advise 10 minutes because uh, I'm setting 1 minute because I want to have a fast reaction reaction I mean. And the destination it's going to be CloudWatch logs, and this destination group I'm going to create a new one. So I'm going to search here CloudWatch. I'm going to open the service in a new tab. Okay, uh, and here under log groups, and I'm going to create a new log group. I'm going to give this our name of demo log group, and the rotation period I'm going to retain this for 1 day only, and I'm going to create it. And if I search under here, I have here demo log group, the IAM role. So to do this to work, we need to give permissions to enable VPC logs to write into CloudWatch log groups. So but before that, I'm going to make use of the documentation to do this. I'm going to open this link that I'm going to leave on the description. So okay, I'm gonna need this. So I'm going to create row. I'm going to AWS service. It's common use EC2. Next, I have to create a policy. So I have to, because there's no policy that adjusts to this scenario, JSON. So I'm going to the documentation, and I'm going to copy this policy here. I'm going to paste it, then tags. I'm going to review it, and I'm going to call it demo, and I'm going to call it, uh, and I'm going to a nice name would be flow log policy. Okay, and I'm going to create it, and my policy is now created. So under roles, I'm going to refresh this, and I'm going to search for that role that was just created, and I have here flow log policy. Next, role name, I'm going to give this the name of um, VP V flow flow log to cloud cloud watch. Okay. Then I have to edit this trusted entity. And I'm going to click here. It's going back, and I'm going to choose custom. I'm going to delete all of this. I'm going to the documentation. I'm going to copy this. I'm going back. I'm going to paste and next. There also the boundaries. If you want an extra level of security, you can set the boundary. For example, you can set that define who can access the resources or things like that. I'm not going to do that, and let's continue. And what else? Next, uh, okay, this looks fine, and I'm going to create the role. Okay, the role is being created. I'm just going to copy the name here. No. Okay, the role was created successfully. I'm going to reload here, and I'm going to search for cloud flow log to CloudWatch. Here I have it, and log format, record format. There's a bunch of fields that we can use, but I'm just going to stick with the defaults, and I'm going to create it. Great, and the flow log has been created. So now uh, let's create the flow log for the S3 destination. Flow logs, and same settings will be applied. I'm just I'm going to change the destination, and I have to create a new bucket. Let's go. So I'm going to call this VPC logs bucket demo. Let's see if this name is available. Okay, it's available because bucket's name must be globally unique, and I'm going to copy the resource name. Then I'm going to paste it here. Then I'm going to add a folder. Then I'm going to say logs. Then I'm going to stick with this and create flow log. Okay, great. We have these two created, and now we can check something that we can check. We can see that the status is both active. We can check so this was the basic setup to do this, and now let's check this the destination if we get any streams of data here. So in our log group we already have some data. So as you can see, uh, this was created just a few moments ago. So if we have a look, and you might be wondering how come you have data and stuff. uh, okay, for example, let's analyze this data here. Okay, this looks fine. I mean, okay, let's go back in here. So this is basically all the data that has been traversing our, and it is increasing as you can see. So this is basically, okay, let's, for example, this, as we can see, mm, there is so much traffic that it's coming in because, let me explain why. Because we are working with an instance. I have an instance that is in a public subnet, and it has a public IP. Because it is a public IP, let's say that hackers in the internet are always searching for always searching for for public IPs and finding, let's say, vulnerabilities in them. And as you can see, these all this traffic here is being rejected here. So this is why we are having data that we might wonder where does it come from. So this is basically, and the same is going to happen in our S3 bucket. If let me reload this on our folder logs. Okay, there is nothing here yet, but in a few moments this will be filled with data also. So this is the end of this hands-on. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you in another video. And thank you for watching.